10 years plus now that I've owned Audis and Porsches. I think it's time to break that streak and enter the world of BMW. And the thing that's going to break that streak is the BMW M2. I haven't seen the car in person yet, but in this video, let's take a look at what my ideal spec would be, the way I have ordered it. When the new G87 BMW M2 came out, everybody hated on it. People criticized the styling a lot, but I dig it. I think over time, people will get used to it. It kind of reminds me of the BMW 1M and the BMW E30 M3 as well. They all have this boxy, sharp design elements. The new car feels retro, bold, and modern. I really like it. Some criticized it for it gaining a lot of weight, but I guess that's the cost of progress, because we get the same motor that we get from the G80 or the G82 BMW M3 M4. So that's a good thing, right? You get the heart of the big brother that can be tuned to make a lot of power. With a small little tune, you can go well over 450, 500, 600 horsepower. So that's pretty amazing if you think about it. But on this BMW M2 though, I don't think I need a tune. 450 horsepower is just plenty in my opinion. And some also criticized it for not being assembled or built in Germany anymore. It's now built in the Mexican plant. But you know what? With all that's going on in Europe, it may be a good thing for us folks in North America. These cars will come to us much quicker than they would have coming from Germany. It avoids the risk of those container ships sinking to the bottom of the ocean with all those cars. So it's a big risk factor that's taken out from purchasing these cars. Look at what's happening with Porsche. They're still trying to fulfill the backlog of cars they've lost. Just saying. I got a chance to work with Eric at Otto's BMW here in Ottawa, and we've spec'd out my ideal BMW M2. So let's load up the configurator and show you what I had spec'd. So, starting price is 79,754 Canadian dollars. First things first, we definitely need that manual transmission. It's a must in my books for a car like this. There's not a lot of colors available. I personally like a lot of the flat colors on really special cars like this. Some prefer the metallic colors and so on, and if I was to pick a metallic color, it would be the Brooklyn Gray, but the color I went with was non-metallic Zandvoort Blue. Now this color is special because this is being introduced for the first time for the BMW M2. I don't think this was a BMW individual color per se. The fact that it is a unique color for the BMW for this 2023 model here, I think I prefer that, and it looks good in my eyes at least. So this could be special, but then again, it could be a very common color, and a lot of people might be looking at getting this car in this color as well. So that might hurt the resale value a little bit, but we'll see. I wish they had the individual colors here, but perhaps that's something they bring out for the competition or the CS models coming out in a few years. So, but for now, I think of all the colors that's available, I really like the Zandvoort Blue. So that's what I picked here. Let's pick the wheels now. And I went with the two-tone. I think it really stands out. I know on launch spec, this color is displayed with all black. I'm not a big fan of all black wheels, and I wanted this sort of two-tone look. At the end of the day, I think I'm going to get a lot of aftermarket wheels as well. So hopefully I could work with someone on a sponsorship or something like that and get some really nice wheels on there as well. Now, in terms of upholstery, the seating, I think I really like the full carbon bucket seats. Now, the thing with the full carbon bucket seats is that you have to get the M carbon package in order to get those bucket seats. So as a result of the M carbon package, you end up with the bucket seats, you get the M drivers package, the M carbon roof. For me personally, I'm not a big fan of the M carbon roof. I prefer the sunroof over the carbon roof. I get it. It's going to reduce the overall weight of the car if you get the carbon roof. But for me, I think this car is going to be more of a daily as well. So I want that sort of practicality there as well. And I like it when the interior is just flooded with light. It kind of makes it more airy and feel good inside the car. But because I wanted the bucket seats and I wanted a lot of that carbon trim on the inside, the M carbon package is what you have to do. So you're kind of stuck with the carbon fiber roof as well. That also gives you the carbon fiber trim for the interior as well, which I think is really nice. I wish we could black out these silver or chromish accents on the inside. Maybe some sort of aftermarket upgrade, or we paint it ourselves. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe it's okay and we'll get used to it once it comes comes in and you see it in person. So up at this point, we're at $93,000. We still have a couple of options that we want to get in here as well. I checked off the premium package mainly because of the adaptive headlights as well. So that's something that I picked up as well. I do like the comfort access. The idea that this is not a standard thing on all these cars, it still boggles me a little bit, but whatever. Because I want the LED headlights, we're also getting the comfort access here. Now let's look at some of the other extras as well. So we've got the premium package with M Carbon package. With that, you get a lot of the M Carbon roof and the M Drivers package. Definitely wanting the black exterior elements. From what I've been told, the black exterior elements is essentially the rear diffuser is in this sort of polished or sort of shiny black material. Definitely wanting the garage door opener and the wireless charging devices. This is really good value in my books. $350 for wireless charging devices. When you spec Porsche cars, it's about $750. And a lot of those are just a smartphone holder and not necessarily the wireless charging component of it. So that's kind of interesting, and I think it's good value for $350. Definitely check that one out. The M seat belts, I love the M stitching on the seat belts. I think it's a must-have. The Shadowline headlights, I think this is really cool. I think it really transforms the front of the car here with the blacked out housing for the LED lights. The M compound brakes painted in red. I think this is a bit of a money grab because you're not really getting a different type of brake here. It's pretty much what you get standard, except the calipers are painted red. So for $750 to get it painted red on the Zandvoort blue, I don't think so. I think the blue calipers look better than the red ones. So I'll leave that unchecked for now. The adaptive cruise control does not apply because we've got a manual, so we'll leave that be. Glass sunroof, it's too bad. If you select this, it makes you deselect the M Carbon package. So I want those bucket seats, so we're gonna leave that be. So leave the glass roof alone. The rest are all standard options. Continue. And we go down and the total value is $97,754, which is great. One thing that's really cool about us here in Canada, recently in Ontario, they introduced luxury tax. Because this car is below the 100K mark, we don't pay that luxury tax. This car, compared to the previous car, it is a bit more expensive as well. I think it's about 15 grand more than the previous generation M2 cars when it first came out. Then again, you get a lot of car for this money. More car than the previous gen. So M3 motor inside of the M2, that's nice. For that alone, I'm okay with what we get here. If we go back to the configurator, let's look around here. I really like the front end of this car. I love this. Now, once the car arrives, like I said, I'm not really tuning the car. There'll be some cosmetic changes and mods that I would do to the car. The first thing I would do would be to lower this car as well. Now, there's a bunch of M Performance parts that's available, and I think maybe the M Performance lowering springs or the coilovers might be a great add-on here as well. So I'm gonna drop that. We're gonna get some aftermarket wheels. So if anyone out there, a wheel company or so that wants to work with me on a wheel for this car, shoot me a DM, let's talk about it. And this is one thing that Sean, the M-Tuned video that we did in his previous M2, he had put on some carbon ceramic brakes on the M2. I might try to pull the carbon ceramic brake kit from the M3 or M4 and install it on the M2. I think that's going to be really cool just to get rid of all that brake dust. And could be an expensive one. That might be the last thing I do. And in terms of cosmetic upgrades, the M Performance part has that sort of front lip, but I don't quite like how the side of the fins kind of come out. I know they're doing it for functionality perspective to control the aero and airflow through the car. You know, I don't think I'm going to be going that fast, and I'm not a race car driver where I'm going to see the benefits of that. So I'm going to just wait out for aftermarket front lip. And I'm going to paint that front lip as well so it completes the front end of this car. I think that's going to look really good, and it's just going to complete the car. And the same thing for the side skirt as well. I generally like the previous generation M2 M Performance parts. The aero packages that you got with it, the side skirt was very subtle, but it was aggressive as well. So I might look for something like that aftermarket as well. And I bet you There'll be tons of aftermarket components for this car. The same for the rear as well. I don't particularly like the rear diffuser and the sort of stuck-on panels that you get with M Performance parts. Now, if you look at the badging is in the 50-year anniversary badge. If the car comes with the older logo, that's one of the things I'll modify as well. And then I'll black out the M3 logo at the back and also at the front. Yeah. So that's pretty much all you need. I might get the M Performance wing, not the full big hoop-like wing, but the one that's more of a duck lip. I think that'd be a good change to the side profile of the car. It's going to make it look aggressive. Going to make it more of a touring look than kind of a GT car, race car with big wings and big fenders and things like that. I mean, in terms of fenders, this car has such aggressive fenders. It makes me feel good just looking at the side of this car. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint in person. Well, there you go. That is my BMW M2 spec. This car is going to hit production around the March timeframe. So all of the December bills that were submitted will get picked up. And I'm hoping that around April or May, this car will arrive in Ottawa, which would be really cool. It'd be nice to be one of the first few having one of these. I hope you all enjoyed this one. If you liked it, hit that like button. Stay tuned for what I'm going to do to this car as well. So subscribe. Hit that notification icon so you get notified when I upload new content as well. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.